Hi friends, welcome or hopefully welcome back. My name is Angela and welcome to my channel. So we just got back from a trip. This is our second trip in literally 2 weeks. Well, my second trip. The first one was my husband and I. We went to Indianapolis. And the second one was just my son and I. We went on like a mommy baby trip with like 4 other of my girlfriends. Our sons are all the same age. They're all about 1.5 to 2. And we took them down to Phoenix and we just got back yesterday. That was chaotic because I've mentioned a few times before, I work at the airport, so we have travel privileges, so like we can go standby on some airlines, and anyway, so we all work at the airport and we were all going standby and we made it. Thank God, but yeah, that was chaotic. People who have travel privileges and do standby often, like, they know. If you know, you know, like that stressful, nervous, but like thrilling and exciting. Oh, it's a lot, but it was so much fun. I took so many videos and pictures. The boys are all so stinking cute. They all get along so well, and me and the moms get along so well. It's really, like, we're so blessed to have that. I know, like, a lot of moms, like, they can feel lonely when they don't have at least just like one mom that you can relate to. So for me personally, like, I loved having that time with them, and just, like, being a mom is not easy, and like people know that, but like you can't complain about it very often unless you're like with other moms, because then you guys can all complain about it. But anyway, so that's not what the video is about today. I just wanted to share. I wanted to do kind of like a book haul because I have been like buying books here and there just over the last like month or two, probably 2 months, and I just wanted to show you guys all of them because now I have like 9. And 2 of them I haven't opened yet. I just got them from Amazon probably like 2 weeks ago. I was waiting to do this video before I open them. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay, Scarred. So I read Hooked, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, and that one is about like a Peter Pan retelling about Hook. And this one I've heard is about like the Lion King Scar, obviously Scarred. You know what I was thinking though? Like, I understood Hooked because those were like humans in the fairy tale. This, I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, I'm not gonna be reading about lions, right? But I've heard like really good things about this book. So I'm sure they're humans. I've heard this one is the best of the Never After series. I don't know if this is like the second one, or Wretched. It shows it right here. So Wretched is another one, and I think there's a 4th one. But yeah, so I was like really feeling like dark romance. I was wanting to read more of those, so I looked this one up and saw that this one had great reviews. So yeah, there's this one for when I'm in my next dark romance mood. I think these are like lighter on the dark romance side. It's what I've heard. Hooked wasn't like crazy dark. Like, it was a dark romance, but it wasn't really like super dark. Anyway, so, and I really liked Hooked. Yeah, I said it right. I really liked Hooked, so I have high hopes for this one as well. Next, I'll open the other package. So next I got Beach Read. This book I see everywhere. I read Happy Place like probably 2 months ago, and I finished it literally in one sitting on an airplane. It was a long airplane ride. It was like 6 hours from New York to Seattle, but I finished it. I could not put it down. And that was my first Emily Henry book that I read, so I wanted to pick this one up. I feel like everybody raves about this one the most. Like, of all of Emily Henry's books, like, this is the one I see like the most 5 stars. So I'm excited to read this. I really don't know what it's about. I'm assuming like some kind of romance. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, another package. Ooh, what's this? Oh, okay. Painted Scars. This is when I was like diving into like the dark romance. Like, I wanted to get some more dark romances, but I wanted them in like a trilogy. This one's so short, I didn't realize. Ooh, I love a short dark romance when that's what I'm in the mood for. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. I just heard it was good. I watched a few booktubers that reviewed dark romances, and they had these in theirs, and they rated them highly. Let's see, by Neva Altaj? Yeah, Painted Scars by Neva Altaj. Anyways, I have no idea. It's probably going to be kind of like Never After. Never After was super short, got right to the point. That one. Okay, next, I really want to start reading more historical fiction. That was like one of my reading goals of the year. And so I've heard great things about this author. I've never read any of her books, but Kristen Hanna. So this one in particular is the one that I saw like over and over and over, and everybody raved about The Great Alone. So I think I'm gonna start with this one once I do pick up these books. They're intimidating because they're both like, look how thick these are. That's not gonna stop me though. As soon as a book is good, it doesn't matter how thick it is, right? That's what we tell ourselves. So, oh, it's floppy too. Anyways, I don't know anything about these books. I just know they're historical fiction. They can be like emotional, a great story, a phenomenon that has enthralled a generation of readers. Yeah. Okay, I'm excited to read these. When I do pick them up, I really want to pick them up. I need to pick them up. Two by Kristen Hanna. Oh, and The Nightingale is the other one. Next, I have The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. So I actually just read Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I think that was my first Frida McFadden book that I've ever read. I liked it, but people rate Never Lie like the top of their Frida McFadden books. So I didn't think it was like anything that special. It's probably like a 3.5. Like, I liked it, I just didn't like absolutely love it. Like, I really liked The Perfect Marriage. Like, that one held my attention. I was super intrigued, like really into the story. But like that thriller, the Never Lie thriller, wasn't as intriguing to me. But anyways, I had bought this one before I read Never Lie, and I see this book everywhere. I think this one's like a series. There's like maybe 2 or 3 books in the series. The Housemaid. I think she's like locked in. She becomes their maid, obviously. She lives in the house, and then the door locks from the outside, and everyone's like, she should have known from there. Like, obviously. But I do love a good thriller, so whenever I pick this up, I will let you guys know how I felt about it. Next, I'm super excited about this one. I have not read Fourth Wing yet, and when I do read this, I really want to do like a reading vlog. So I just bought this one maybe like 2 weeks ago, because I really have been into like fantasy. I love fantasy, but like recently been wanting to read more and more and more. So yeah, I have not read this, and no, I'm the last person on earth to read Fourth Wing. But I plan on it, and I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be really, really good. But I shouldn't have my hopes up too high, because then I feel like that's how you get let down, right? Anyways, when I do read this one, I'm going to do a reading vlog. Super excited about Fourth Wing. Oh, these last two I'm also really excited about. I feel like I've seen this author so much as of like the last 2 weeks, because she just dropped another book. Oh God, what is that last one called? The Long Way Home. Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. So I got these two. I ordered these covers from, what is it called? I don't remember what the website is called, but I was super excited about this. And this one I didn't realize like the cross is on it. Like, look at the cover. This is like Jesus Christ on the cross on the front of that one, okay? And then this one, I have no idea, but I've heard like once you read them, like the covers make more sense. Also, I didn't realize how big these books are. Like, this is a big book. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like it's almost like as if it's a hardcover book, but like in a paperback. Like, they're really big. Also want to maybe do a reading vlog for these. These are the first two, I think. So this is the first one in the Magnolia Parks, and then this one is the first in the Daisy Hates, but they all like go together. Anyways, really excited about these ones as well. I think that is all of them. But you know what, guys? I really wanted to talk about Heir of Fire. I've been wanting to talk about this book with literally anybody that will listen, so let me grab it. Okay, so for anybody that doesn't want any spoilers, or like plans on reading this book but doesn't want to hear anything, now is your time to fast forward or click off this video, because I really want to talk about this and just share my feelings. I mentioned that in the last video, and then I proceeded to not say a word about Heir of Fire. So really quick, spoilers, they're coming, so click off. I'll give you a moment. Okay, so I'm on, what am I on? Chapter 44. Wow, I opened right up to it. 380, page 380, chapter 44. Okay, so Selena and Rowan are starting to train together more and more, and she's learning how to use her magic. So she just was lighting those fires, and she had been doing it for hours and hours and hours, and she was like telling him like, okay, like, am I done? And he was like, no, you can go a little bit longer. Basically, she ends up almost killing herself, like burning herself from the inside, and he grabs her. She's literally hot, like burning through his skin hot, and he carries her to the healer so that they could, you know, throw her in an ice bath, and he's like super worried, and I'm just watching their love story kind of start, hopefully. Like, okay, so there was Sam in the first, I read Assassin's Blade first, so it was Sam, and I fell for him, and then he died, and it literally killed me. Like, oh my god, that's what I talk about in my previous videos, like when I felt like my stomach was in my butt. Like, when Sam died, when I read that, I wanted to puke. So that happened in the first book. And then there was Dorian. I loved her and Dorian together. That's another person that I'm like, oh, I almost wish she would end up with Dorian. But he's almost like, from what I read about Dorian, he's not like a fighter like he's in the books. And Selena is like a badass bitch. Like, she can fight. She's an assassin. She's literally an assassin. So when I think of like two people together, like Selena with Dorian, it's like I like them together. I think I love both of those characters, but like, he's kind of missing that like badass, you know, strong guy that I want for her. And then there's Kale. I think that's how you pronounce it. Kale or Cole, whatever. I never really liked them together either. I don't know. It's because I think I was rooting for her and Dorian more, and I got like these big brother vibes from Kale. But then they started falling for each other, and she literally slept with him, like lost her virginity to him, and then he fucked her over because he was more loyal to the crown, the like douchebag, the king of Adarlan. Oh god, I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, so then she was like, you're dead to me, basically, and almost killed him. And then he helped her though. It's like, I still like all of these characters. I wish Sam was still alive, but I still like Dorian, I still like Kale. I'm like, oh, who's it going to be? Who is her love interest? So then, you know, now she gets over to Wendell. I don't know. She's where Maeve is, the queen, her great aunt or something like that. The one that her mom was always, you know, keeping her away from. So I'm like, I'm trying to uncover that some more and more. And I feel like she's evil, and like even Rowan can kind of pick up on that. And Rowan is like made a blood oath to Queen Maeve, like to protect her and be her servant, basically. But so now I'm kind of watching Rowan. He's like this grumpy but like strong. Like when you read about him, like he's old, like he's been around for like centuries and centuries, but he obviously still looks like he's like, I don't know, 20, 30, because he's a fae, he's immortal, and so he doesn't age basically, but he's like this warrior, and I'm into that. and he's been training her, like this is what she's needed all of her life. And their conversations that the two of them, Rowan and Selena, have, they're like deeper than any other conversations she's had with anyone. Like they're getting into her past, like her family, and I'm really into that. So I really hope it's her and Rowan. All of that to say, like if something happens between her and Rowan, I'm going to be pissed. I don't think it is, because Rowan is the one character that I've seen pictures of, you know, the man with the tattoo with the white hair. I think he has white hair. But those are the only pictures I've ever seen. When I like search Throne of Glass, it's a man with the tattoo. So I think it's him. I hope it's him. I'm gonna be crushed if something happens between the two of them, or like Kale comes back and like, no, there's no way. So that's where I'm at with that. Yeah, and they also were uncovering like these, I think it's something having to do with the king, like those, they were just talking about, and I think like this is why people read Assassin's Blade third, because they're talking more about the, what's his name? Rolfi, the pirate lord, or the pirate captain, or whatever he is, Rolfi, I think his name is. Like in the first book, it talks about that pirate captain, Rolfi, and they touch on him a lot on this one, like saying like he saw these people looking at them, they're human, but they're not, like he got like this weird energy from them, basically like demons, like things that the king might be making over there on this island. So I understand now why you would maybe read that one third, but like still I would always read that one first, because it talks about Sam. And then if you read, you know, what is the other one? Oh, Throne of Glass or Crown of Midnight, like first and second, then you would already know that Sam was dead, and I wouldn't want to know that before I even met Sam, you know? Anywho, I'm really enjoying this book. We will see how the ending goes. And that's all for the video, you guys. I kind of want to post like some of my trip videos. I don't know if anybody would care to see them, but they're so cute. Like the one with the babies and the moms is the cutest video ever. So I kind of want to post them maybe as like shorts on my channel. But that's all for this week. Next week, I think I'm going to try for that reading vlog. So I'm still reading Heir of Fire and I'm loving it, but I think I want to start Fourth Wing just so I can start like doing that reading vlog to have it for next week. But we shall see. because I plan one thing and then I do another. So, all right, you guys, I will see you next week. I'm so happy to have you here. Please like or subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and leave your ats below if you have a channel. Like, please leave that below. I'd love to watch some of your videos, especially if any of you guys have read some of these books or are reading some of these other books, or especially those Throne of Glass girlies. Like, please put your at name. I would love to go watch your videos and see how you feel about these characters as well. Alrighty, you guys, I'll see you next week. Bye, friends.